Hey, I'm Jay, and I've got something to say about coffee makers. So I know it's mostly gaming and miniatures on this channel, but I've also done a couple tech things. Like I've got a lot of Google Home, Amazon Alexa automation stuff, and I'm also a little bit of a coffee snob. And we've been having problems with our coffee maker, so we just got a new one, and it's the first coffee maker I've ever spent this much money on, and I thought I'd show you why. So this is what we had, a Keurig Duo. So there's a K-Cup pot on this side and a regular drip coffee maker on this side. Um, it's been making good coffee for us on the 10 setting, 10 cup setting. 8 does not make good coffee, and we just don't usually make a 12 pot. But lately we've had to like jam the buttons over and over and over again to get it to register. It just hasn't been, like, some days it works fine and some days we just have to like mash the buttons over and over and over again. But I actually, for starting out, I do recommend this. It was making a good pot of coffee for us. Keurigs are notoriously low temperature, but this model seemed to do good with a medium roast. Again, on the 10, not the 8. Never got a good pot out of the 8 cup. And then the Keurigs are, normal. Like, they just don't have enough grounds in the little pods. But if you take your own basket and you fill it up with grounds all the way, so it's just a full puck, packed, like dense puck, then they come out okay. I've also used an AeroPress, which is kind of like a French press in combination with like pressurized, like a handheld espresso kind of thing. So you dump the grounds in here, you dump water in here, you let it sit and soak for about 2 minutes. You put a filter on, and then you plunger all the water out, and then you're left with a hard puck of grounds. If you've ever seen espresso made the right way, you get a little puck out when you're done. You don't get loose grounds. And this is our new Baymore Brazen 3.0 Plus. So the thing that this does is, if you're familiar with brewing coffee, is like a pour over. You bloom the coffee first, you soak the grounds and let them soak up the moisture, and then you pour all the water in to let it drip. So if that's not too washed out, this has like a normal timer setting where you can get it to start at a certain time of day. A pre-soak, so this is the bloom phase. So this is going to spray some water in the basket and then let it sit for this amount of time. By default, it comes at 20 seconds. I don't know if you can see that. It's at 55 seconds now. By default, it comes at 20 seconds. And the manual recommends that you start at 200 degrees and 45 seconds. The first pot I made was a little bit sour, which means it's under extracted, which means I think I need to make it brew for longer, so soak longer. So that's the pre-soak time. Brew temperature. Where's the brew temperature? Sorry, my lights don't like going on. So brew temperature in Celsius, this is 202 degrees Fahrenheit. I did my first one at 200 degrees, so again, under extracted. So a little bit hotter, a little bit longer. Adjustments there, so 94 degrees Celsius. Obviously 100's boiling. 91, 92 is like suggested as the optimal temperature for brewing pour over coffee. But this is a little more insulated, so it should actually stay a little hotter. And that's pretty much it. So you still got to dump water in that doesn't have like a basket you can take over to like a refrigerator filter and fill lines. And a basket that I still have grounds in there because I didn't clean it, and a thermal insulated carafe. So instead of a hot plate on the bottom, it's a thermally insulated carafe, which will keep your coffee hot without burning it. The hot plates will burn your coffee over time. That's what I got, but basically I got it for the temperature adjustment so that we can adjust it for the taste of our coffee the way we like it. So I'm going to keep a log until we get something that we really like. As you can see, I started with 3 scoops at the 6 cup water line, 200 degrees, 40-second bloom. I'm going to try hotter and longer with the same 6 cup, 3 scoops. We'll probably have to go to 8 cups based on how much. We only got like 3 cups out of that pot, the 6 cup pot. We got 3 actual cups out of it. So I think I got to go to the 8 cup line. Probably 3.5 or 4 scoops at the 8 cup line, which is about what we were doing in the Keurig. So I'm going to keep notes. I'm going to hone in the best brew I can, and hopefully we'll have good coffee in a couple days.